So when you're doing the 6 days of strength training and you're still piling on 30 to 35 miles a week, how are you structuring your weekly training schedule?
So in terms of like what am I working out or as far as like what days or what?
Terms of like, yeah, your 6 days of strength training, what do those workouts tend to look like? And then also like how do you pair them with your runs? Take me through like a week of your training and what that looks like.
So not most ideal, but pretty much everything's fasted. I I like to run when I first wake up. So like this morning was a 6 mile run, trying to cruise pretty easy between 8 and 9 minutes. I think it was 8:15 and ended up feeling pretty good. And then I went straight into a pull workout. Historically, the way I structure my workouts, I'll go through a 5 week phase of full body workouts. I like to hit all seven functional movement patterns. I like that for longevity. And I like to work in compound lifts at the beginning and then work into more unilateral, bilateral, push pull supersets, keeping the intensity high, but also trying to progressive overload, right? And tracking everything. This right now, I'm currently in a 5 week phase. So I'll go 5 weeks of full body, then I'll go 5 weeks of push pull legs. So today was pull, tomorrow will be legs with a lighter run. So kind of again understanding what's the mileage for the day. Especially, I think with the push pull legs, it's a little easier to plan because hey, I'm doing lower body today. I'm going to go a little bit lighter on the legs, or hey, I need to flush the what I'm feeling out. So right now, it's that schedule. It's pretty consistent. Of the workouts and the runs are on the same day, and then on that one day off, I'll walk. I'll do mobility. You're never off. You're always on with something. So that's uh that's the current structure. And I think there's definitely days that I feel like I might be doing a little too much, but I crave it.
So why do you choose to do both sessions fasted versus maybe one, maybe, fasted endurance and then eating something and then doing your strength workouts? I know there's really no one optimal way, no right way of doing anything. I'm curious why you choose to do both of them fasted.
So for me personally, I think it comes down to the time. I know that if I push one of those till later in the day, I won't want to do it as much. Especially the runs. The running I just find way harder. Number one, I'll have eaten by then. Like literally, I think it was yesterday. I did 7 or 8 miles later on in the day, and it's so much harder for me to get going, find that motivation. And I don't love running with stuff in my stomach, but that's also something I think I need to practice because obviously as you get into the probably reasons why I hit the wall was understanding how to fuel properly, right? And I think I have practiced this. There's obviously, I'm sure as you know, there's different techniques, but it really just comes down to time for me and trying to maximize. Hey, everything's done in the morning, and I think there's also a piece to that as well. I do 3 days on fasted, one day off. 3 days on, one day off. So on that quote unquote off day of fasting, I'll still run fasted, but then I'll go back and I'll get a big meal, replenish, and then go to the gym. So
Mm.
comes down to time, I guess.